so you are wanting to buy a house, but purchasing a home is a very costly and timely experience. So it's important for you to avoid these common mistakes that cost you a lot of time and money. Stay tuned for the full video where we'll go over 5 common mistakes, and at the end we're going to give you a bonus tip on how to win in this current market. So stay tuned. Alright everybody, so today on the channel we are going over the 5 common mistakes that you want to avoid as a home buyer to save you time and money. Throughout the video, if this provides any value for you, we would appreciate it if you hit the like and the subscribe button so that way you can show us that this has been beneficial to you and you can stay tuned for more future content. First mistake number 1 is not getting pre-qualified for a mortgage. Now this might seem pretty irrelevant and a minor issue, but when it comes down to it, if you are serious about purchasing a home and you start looking, you might end up falling in love with a property, and if you don't have a pre-approval, good luck getting your offer accepted. First of all, the pre-approval is going to determine what you're able to purchase, whether it's the max or determine what a comfortable payment is for you. Once you have that budget, then you need that pre-approval in order to submit an offer. So in the previous market, when we were experiencing high amounts of offers coming in on properties, if the buyer didn't have a pre-approval letter, their offer wasn't even looked at in the first place. So common mistake number 1 is make sure you get pre-approved before you start seriously searching for a home. Common mistake number 2 is not looking around and getting the best offer for a mortgage rate. When it comes down to it, different lenders, different banks provide different incentives and benefits to using their loan programs. We would recommend getting at least 2 or 3 different options from different lenders so that way you can get the best possible mortgage rate and options for your situation. Common mistake number 3 is not understanding the total cost of home ownership. You're gonna have your down payment, the closing costs, and a breakdown of your monthly payment. So the monthly payment is much more than just the principal and interest of the loan. You also have taxes and insurance, but most of the time those parts end up getting added and create a all-encompassing mortgage payment. What you'll want to do is figure out, based on your budget, whatever the home is going to cost, figure out the principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, rough estimate for that home. If you're comfortable with that rough estimate payment, then go ahead and go with it. Now back to the first part, the down payment and the closing costs. If you're a first-time home buyer, there are different loan programs that range from 0 all the way to 5%, 10%, or even more. The most common types of down payment programs are anywhere from 3 to 5% down. So roughly on a $400,000 house, you're gonna be looking for a down payment of anywhere from $12,000 to $20,000. And secondly is the closing costs. Now closing costs can range anywhere from 1 to 3% of the loan amount. Now it's going to vary per state. Typically here in the state of Utah, we end up having a little bit lower closing costs, which would put it closer to about 1.5%, maybe 2%. So hypothetically speaking, let's say you had a $400,000 loan, then that's gonna be anywhere from $4,000 to $8,000 for your closing costs. Depending on the market, like the current seller's market that we're in, a lot of times sellers will end up offering concessions. This essentially means that they're gonna help pay for your closing costs, but you shouldn't necessarily bet on sellers covering your closing costs. And lastly, when it comes to cost of home ownership, you wanna make sure that you're going to have a little bit of extra reserves in your account after you pay your down payment and closing costs. You don't want to get into a home and then all of a sudden have some unexpected issues arise and then you have to end up covering for those repairs. If you liquidate all of your cash with the purchase of your home, then it's going to put you in a tight spot when it comes to fixing those needed repairs. Common mistake number 4 is going to be not negotiating on the purchase price and terms of the contract. Depending on the market, it's going to depend whether or not you have more of a say in the terms of the contract. In the previous market that we had, that was a very heavy seller-focused market. It was extremely difficult to get terms in your favor as a buyer. But now in this current market, it's a lot easier to get the terms that you want in the contract, whether it be the purchase price, the earnest money amount, your due diligence deadline, the financial and appraisal deadline, closing costs, whatever it may be. You have a lot more say when it comes to the terms of the contract. And lastly, mistake number 5 is not getting a home inspection on the home. You do not want to go into a home purchase and waive your inspection. Now, a lot of home buyers out there might say, well, gosh, it's a little bit expensive to pay for a home inspector, about $500, and if the deal doesn't go through, then we're out $500. Well, at the end of the day, if you end up going through the home and not doing a home inspection and some unexpected issues arise on the home, would you much rather have paid the $500 up front or maybe a $2,000, $4,000, even $10,000 bill on a repair that you didn't even see when you were inspecting the property yourself? So I would highly recommend that you end up getting a home inspection on any purchase of your home, so that way you can protect yourself and not get yourself into a sticky situation. All right, everybody, so that is the video. Those are the 5 common mistakes that home buyers should avoid completely if possible. So if you have any questions about those common mistakes, drop a comment down in the comment section below. And lastly, for that bonus tip that we promised you, when it comes to purchasing a home in this current market, you want to be asking a lot of questions. Figure out the motivation of the seller, when they need to leave, why they need to leave, and then also figure out what they liked about the property. The more details that you figure out about the property and the needs and wants of the seller, the stronger you are going to be able to negotiate the terms of the contract and end up getting the terms more in your favor. So if you have any questions, go ahead and drop it down in the comment section below. And if you're considering buying here in the city of Utah, here's our contact information. We'd love to help you out and answer any real estate questions that you might have. And once again, if this video provided any value for you, don't forget to hit that like and the subscribe button so you can stay tuned for more future content. Thanks for being here, and we'll see you on the next one.